Basic life with Rhonda Gayle. Basic life with Rhonda
Greetings
Gayle.
and welcome to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle, brought to you by Her2 TV, an online television network about women and what women care about. Today on this episode, we're actually going to take a look at music. Does it really soothe the savage beast? Or does it evoke the beast within? So, we're going to take a look at the indie artist industry and music. And later on, we're going to have a couple of guests, Triple G South, featuring Mr. Ivy the Genius and Rich Black.
Welcome back to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
We're going to be featuring or focusing on music on this episode. And music, when we think of music, speaking biblically, we think about David. How David was a shepherd boy, and even though he was tending sheep, he was hired as a musician for King Saul. And whenever King Saul was kind of feeling antsy or frustrated or whatever, David would play on his harp to calm the savage beast within. However, when we look at David, we got to even go further back in the musical arena and go to heaven, where Lucifer, who's better known as Satan now, he was the worship leader in heaven, the heavenly host, the angels. So music in his aspect actually stirred up the beast within. So music can be used twofold. It can calm the beast within, the mind, the body, the spirit, and give that relaxing aspect. Or it can actually evoke rage and some ideas and things mentally that you really don't want to deal with.
Join us for a special treat with Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle when we return. Fear not when we return to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle is not to discount or refute that which you were taught, believe, or even may have learned. It's not even to refute that which you know. Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle is inviting and invoking you to dig a little deeper, search a little further, open your mind a little wider to see the bigger picture. Each week here at Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle, you will be taken through the ins and outs of what we as humans have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and how Father Love, through his son life, would like for us to handle the things that life brings to us, to see what we're going to call it, just like he did Adam in Genesis. So when life brings you certain things, the car breaking down, you're running out of gas, the spouse is threatening to leave, the teenagers are just wayward. When life brings these things, these challenges to you, what are you calling them? Are you calling yourself broke? Or are you calling yourself pressed down? Why would you call yourself broke? Just because you don't have the money right now at that second in time doesn't mean that it's not coming. So you could say something like, well, I'm pressed down right now I'm waiting to be shaken together and running over. What positive thing can you translate it to be? Can you say, oh, well, I must consult with my accountant, father, or, that's not in my budget right now. I'm going to just hold off on that. What are you calling the things that life is bringing unto? The Lord God. What are you calling those things? When the children are out of hand, oh, they just bad. Okay. Is that what you're calling it? Then that's what it be. Remember, life and death is in the power of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Words are spirit and they are life. So what fruit are you biting into and handing it to the ones that are around you? Let's go back to the garden. Remember, when Lord Jesus, brought all the animals into Adam to see what he would call them in Genesis, whatever Adam named or called that animal to be, that beast to be, that's what it was. So the beast that are being brought unto you, what are you calling them? Because that is what it's going to be. So another thing life always says, and whenever he's getting ready to bring you a beast, whenever he's getting ready to bring you a challenge, whenever he's getting ready to bring that animal into your life, he says, fear not. Why are you afraid of the thing that you can call, that you can name, that you can train, that you can dominate or have dominion over with just the transforming of your mind, the way you think about it, the way you look at it, the way you handle it? What are you calling? Okay, let's look at everything truthfully within. Look, we don't want to make the same mistakes that Adam did, and that's what we do. A lot of times we make the same mistake that Adam did. By now, if something doesn't go our way, we're going to play the blame game. Oh, well, it was the kids, or the heat was too hot, or it was the job, or it was the boss, or it was this woman, or it was this man, or it was this, and it was that. Excuse me? Everything that God gave us and everything that we need is contingent upon within.
Coming up, a not so basic moment with Rhonda
I had the
Gayle.
same relationship with my mom too. So teenage girls.
Y'all just too close.
Huh?
You and Trinity, y'all just too close.
Well, she's like me. She is me. She's me younger, in the younger days thing. So she'll be all right.
Me and my mom are so like we always argue.
But see, we don't argue. She's that silent side of me that always felt that I was getting blamed for everything because I was the only child. Come back here. You're on candid camera.
I brought ramen noodles.
Oh, you did?
I bought a 12-pack.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
If all of us could fit in the 12-pack, you know. I just like noodles. I'm a noodle fanatic.
TMZ.
More Love Life Truth when we return with Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
He's not going to always be around. John 14. He will leave, but he's not going to leave us alone. He's going to bring us the Comforter, who is the Spirit of truth. Okay? When you look at things truthfully within, and when you see things for what they are within, and when you see who you are within, You don't have to fear. Fear not. Recognize the truth, because the truth will lead us to all truth. That's what are we doing? Do we have a bad attitude when life brings us stuff? Are we fearful when life brings us stuff? Are we doubtful when life brings us stuff? Are we unsure when life brings us stuff? To see what we're gonna call it. Life says, fear not. Remember, he will never leave us or forsake us. Love won't. Father won't. Love is always there. Father is always around. Father is omnipresent. He's always here. But life sometimes will step outside to allow the administrator, the test giver, to see what we're going to call it. Are we going to call it a passing grade, or are we going to call it too hard? Or we're going to call it dumb, or are we going to call it getting smart? What are we going to call those things that are brought up unto us? Remember, he says, fear not. Courage is nothing but faith. Courage is nothing but faith. Sure, you're going to get nervous. Sure, you're afraid of the unseen. But what are you really afraid of? Are you really afraid of succeeding? I know you're not afraid of failing, on which that the Lord has given unto you to make room for you, to bring substance to you, to prepare you for greater than and greater works. I know you're not fearful of that. So what are you really afraid of? He says, fear not. You don't need to fear the truth. When you look at yourself, look at yourself truthfully, honestly. What, you trying to make friends? Even they're not your friends. You don't have to be afraid of the truth when you look at it. Oh, I'm selfish. Oh, I'm greedy. Be truthful. Because when you look at the truth, it's going to make you free. Now healing can come. Be truthful, because the truth himself show us how to recognize within ourselves, so that Father love can purge and prune us, so that life himself can graft himself within us in those areas of our lives that would cause much growth, and so that we can produce much fruit. We can produce much more positive words, positive into people's lives, positive into our own situation, positive into our own circumstance. More fruit means more seed. More seed means more trees. More trees means more harvest. And more harvest, so that we can have and do greater works. So our lives can be greater, more positive. So that we will know how to deal with those challenges that are ministered to us by the tester. Because remember, the testing of our faith is going to work patience. And let patience have her perfect work. So you don't want anything. So if you're wanting something, life is saying you need a little bit more patience.
Coming up, our featured guest on Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
They are actually the creators of the Basic Life theme song, Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle theme song. So when you hear the music, Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle, that's going to be the guest that you will be seeing here on this episode.
A candid moment with our guest coming up on Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
Yo, I'm not done already. Jalanta mixtape coming soon. And I'm on straight Zoolin. Shout out to my dog, Sauce Lord Rich and Aziz. Shout out to 5 Mics. Shout out to everyone a hard working. A hard worker, I see it. I see hard workers. And Aziz. Bad man thing this. Jalanta mixtape a come soon. Soon. Drop. And Aziz.
Coming up, a not so basic blooper moment with Rhonda Gayle.
Welcome back to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle. Our guest, Triple G South, are here.
Get Waller gang.
We have
Hello world.
Mr. Ivy the Genius and Rich Black. Welcome, fellas. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. We're basically going to be talking about the indie industry and you all as indie artists. And basically we want to just ask some questions.
I'm being serious.
Coming up, our special guest on Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
And welcome back to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle. We have Mr. Ivy the Genius and Mr. Rich Black of Triple G South. And we just want to basically get into the minds of the indie artists and the industry, the independent industry.
Welcome back to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
Everyone listen to music. Everyone, you know what I mean? Without music in people's life, I believe that the world will be gloomy. And I can see it like, okay, but if I can make some type of music that everyone can listen to and vibe to and, you know, appreciate, make them more appreciate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I do my strip club music. I'm not down woman, I'm not down female. You know what I'm saying? I talk about how the female make money and save the money and stack up the money, you know what I'm saying? So I just do the music to uplift people, you know? So that's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what, as far as the music go for me, you know. I mean, and this is my producer, so we are head to head thinking, you know what I mean, almost alike. Him a comedian most of us, but
Welcome back to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
I am here also to do is to make this a vehicle to promote independent, not only artists, but independent talent. If you have a talent, that's my gift, that's my job. This is the platform that we're introducing you to the world. This is national TV. That's what we do. We want you all to get known, get your music, get your style, get yourself known. What about the indie industry that you don't like? What would you change?
More women and less haters.
Well, you know, this is not the comedy show, Mr. Rich Black, but you're gonna have haters. You have to have haters to promote you.
Yeah.
That's free. That's free
well, I mean,
publicity.
as far as industry go and indie artists, you know what I mean, in the industry, you know what I'm saying, cause I've been doing music for about 6 years. I'm gonna get serious in the last couple of years, you know, so before I turned 21. And some of the connections that we meet out there in the field of music, like, you know, we have a collaboration with Defiant, which is on the Hustle Gang, and you know, it's just, well, you never know what people are thinking, you know what I mean? You never know their true intentions or their true nature. You don't know if them really vibing with you or fake or cover up or front, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, in the music business, we see so many things. And me as an independent artist, as a person that's trying to get a distribution deal, I look at it like, okay, well, if I could change something, basically the only thing I want to change is the realness, you know what I mean? Like, show me some type of, some type of feeling. You know what I mean?
Coming up, a not so basic moment with Rhonda Gayle.
So before he even got recognized, you could say he picked out 5 singles, 5 stones. He didn't really know which stone was going to hit that mark, but he chose 5. But he only really used one to slay the giant. Who is the giants? Your naysayers, those haters that you were talking about. Those are the giants. And then they tried, just like you were saying, they tried to conform him, make him something that he wasn't, make him who he wasn't, putting on different armors, and they probably dressed him out of a different style. A stylist probably came along, put on this armor, put on this, and put on that. And they was like, I can't perform like this. This isn't me. And that's the beauty of being independent artists. You can go out there and be you. And that's what God wants you to do. Father Love wants you to be you because he created you to be you. So he is going to reach the masses through the talent that he's given you. That's why he said that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great and mighty men, bring you before nations.
Coming up, our special guest on Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle. We're back with the extraordinaire. Hi, greetings, Walter Lee. Welcome back to Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle.
I'm digging that new single you got out too, man. Thing rhyme.
Hey man, thank you man, appreciate it man. Just putting in that work man, definitely man, appreciate it bro.
So I understand that you've been doing this for a good minute now, and
a lot of those things that I don't even know if I'm answering the question, but just to finish that thought is, so many things have changed, and me being a couple of years in the game, I started like I was real young. I didn't know what it stands for, but and I've seen technology grow to where it used to be beat machines, and then I found a little sampling keyboard and used some stuff, and I ain't gonna say that bad word, but I rigged a lot of the stuff to make my music back in the day, and then now I can do it on computer and email you the song. So it's just so much stuff, man, that has changed, man. And the thing is, I was telling somebody I did an interview last week. I was saying that learn the business of this music game, because a lot of that has not changed. The technology of how to make music and all that, it's gonna kind of, it's gonna always change. Styles are gonna change, different things. But one thing that's not ever gonna change is, how the business works. It's gonna, it's gonna change, but how to make money and different things, a lot of that stuff has not changed. So if you can know that, a lot of the other stuff is gonna come natural to you because you're gonna adapt. So that's my long-winded answer. You might not know this, but I'm also related to the host. So we're related. So that's love there, and we definitely know how to give you a long explanation for a quick answer.
Actually, you answered about 3 questions I was going to ask in one question. But, that's cool. That's cool.
That's cool, yeah. That's a little known fact. That's my cousin, so it's all love, and, I appreciate getting on here and being able to talk about some things, man.
Me as an up-and-coming artist and a producer, I'm kind of at a point in my life where I'm like, I want to stick to producing more, but at the same time, it's like people still want me to like be features on their tracks as an artist, and
yeah.
I'm not completely sure exactly which lane should I take, or should I just try to do both of them at the same time? Like,
I would take it as it falls. I would tell you like this. If it had been up to me, I would say I was going to be a producer. The problem was I couldn't find artists. I couldn't find nobody that had the hunger and the hustle like me. And that's not me bragging. Definitely, I mean, the focus on the production. But like I said, be flexible enough to say, hey, I got some, hot for this. Because somebody might hear you on this, and you get an opportunity here and there, and then next thing you know, you networking, and you just, and especially somebody like you that has the talent to do both and doing well, I would just encourage you to be flexible. Man.
I understand where you come from when you say it was, as being a producer, it was hard for you to find somebody with the hunger to really get the job done. And I've actually been through that myself over the past couple years. But I ran into this one artist, a guy by the name of Ivy the Genius, and he's really pretty much about the hungriest person I've seen, as far artist wise. Anything I give him, he pretty much eats it like a cannibal or something like that.
Well, I want to look in on a little known fact. That brother is bloodline.
Welcome back to more Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle, featuring Extraordinaire.
Well, what you used to do, and I guess this is what really caters to your artistic side, you actually used to take a crayon in each hand and write Superman both backwards and forward at the same time.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Are you for real?
I'm serious. And that's why you earned bragging rights that you wrote it backwards, because you will write it backwards and forward with both hands at the same time. So you would actually mirror your right hand writing it forward with your left hand writing it back. Yes, Walter Lee the Extraordinaire used to write Superman when he was about 5 years old. Take a crayon with both hands and write Superman forward and backwards at the same time. He was ambidextrous then in his writing skills. I guess he's ambidextrous in his rapping skills now.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. That's a little thing. I think that plays a big part in it too. That plays a lot of things. Hey, thank you. We don't share some light on this, man. I'm looking at myself different.
Special thanks to Extraordinaire. Go pick up his single, Shifting Gears, now in stores. Shifting Gears, featuring Lil Boosie and Black Folk Inc.
What we're going to do is you're going to make sure you're real cool ready. You're going to add channel Her2 TV. You're going to tune in each week with Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle. We're going to start looking at life a little bit more positively. And remember, you can visit me anytime on the web at www.theabnorconnection.com. Whatever is frustrating you in your daily living, come join us each week here at Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle. We're going to offer you some solutions that may just continue to get you through that day with a peace of mind and knowing that this too shall pass.
Basic Life with Rhonda Gayle has been brought to you by Her2 TV, the online television network about women and what women care about.
I know how to, I can do that. I can do that. I know what I'm doing. I can do that. That's what I'm saying. I just need you to just say, this is Basic Life from Rhonda Gayle.